Hey everyone, it's Vivi, and yes, I am back. Thank you so much for your patience. From June 3rd up until now, we've received a lot of footage. Like a lot. I am aware there's a lot of stuff to cover, and since we're so close to the release of the game, we're talking about like 8 days from now, this is going to be my last analysis video. And with that, guys, thank you so much for the support. It's been quite a journey, I have to say. And that's it for my intro. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and yeah, let's get started. The Grand Prix. Yes, this is some huge news. Alright, what is it? Recently, we got a video showcasing an upcoming seasonal event, well, seasonal content, call it, or post-launch content, keywords, for Crash Nitro-Fueled. Chick and Stu from Tag Team Racing were first spotted at Turbo Track on the big screen. This is Nitro-Fueled we're talking about in the customization trailer. We don't know if we'll hear them talk on that track though. As for this new Grand Prix short video, the voice of Stu, at least, to me sounds like Kevin Michael Richardson, known for the voice of Crunch in Nitro Kart and Wrath of Cortex.
Pop your clutches and clutch your poppers while we tell you all about the Grand Prix.
As for Chick, originally voiced by Quentin Flynn, who now could be voicing Oxide as well. Remember, he did voice Oxide in CNK originally.
I'm your host, Chick Gizzard Lips.
And I'm Stu.
The models for these characters, I have to say, they're great. Same color scheme, same color tie and bow, XYZ on his shirt even. The video then shows us a few tracks. We first start off with Hyper Spaceway. Since Nitro-Fueled removed anti-gravity sections, we can already see the difference here, right at the beginning. Instead of a huge portal thing from the original CNK, we have a hologram of Velo and floating crates. And they most likely got rid of that shortcut people used in the original CNK. You know, you go on the left, off the track, you fall and respawn in another area. I think that's gone. Now here's an example of what the new portals look like. Instead of being transported, you already see there's an upcoming track in front of you. That's a non-anti-gravity section for ya. We get more shots of Oxide, yay! Now according to Chick, as you complete challenges in these racetracks in Grand Prix, you fill up a gauge known as Nitro. The more you fill it up, the more perks you get. Either some decal for your kart, kart body, paint set, wheels, and stuff like that. As for the shark, I don't know what that is. It could be a sticker. I don't think that's Nash. Well, unlocking Nash that way, I don't think so. It could be his sticker, maybe multiple colored Nashes? More than one shark? I mean, the stickers in Nitro-Fueled, they're either characters from the roster, or random stickers, numbers, flames, and all that. So what could the shark be? Now there's one imperfect circle. I had a bit of trouble with this one, but to me it looks like silhouette for a tire. Wheels you can unlock. There are 3. Tawna and her racer skin. Yes, Tawna got confirmed. A lot of people, I mean a lot, wanted to see Tawna as a playable character in Nitro-Fueled. They listened. To me, this one looks to be a skin for Crunch. At quick glance, you think that's a skin for Crash, but the fur color and the ears seem to point towards Crunch. Now, according to Chick, with each Grand Prix comes even more rewards. The way they worded it, it seems like with time more will arrive. During this short teaser, well, the announcement of Grand Prix, they show a few kart bodies we can unlock. They didn't specify which Grand Prix in which you can unlock these kart bodies. Yes, there's more than one Grand Prix, by the way. The one in the middle is Coco's second kart from CTTR, Bandy Buggy. And yes, CTTR tracks, Crash Tag Team Racing tracks, made it in. We don't see them yet, but they will arrive with time, as well as skins and karts. Well, karts, I just talked about it, it's obvious. This one, Probulate 2000. Cortex's third kart from CTTR. Finally, Le Show, Pasadena's third car or kart, I keep saying kart, from CTTR. Whether or not this confirms Pasadena being playable, who knows. If she is in, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, at this point, the number of content they're adding to Nitro-Fueled, I could imagine Pasadena being in, with time. But I can say this, according to Activision's press release fact sheet on their website, the Grand Prix, with new seasonal content introduced to Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled, players have many reasons to come back and play. A Grand Prix is a themed season built around a newly themed track and different game challenges, completing each Grand Prix challenge awards Nitro that allows players to fill up their Nitro gauge, XP, and earn rewards such as new characters, karts, skins, and kart customization items. The track in each season can be played online or locally from that season on. But we didn't stop there. Reimagined karts and inspired tracks from Crash Team Racing are also sliding their way through the Grand Prix in Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled. Remember when we thought this type of information, CTTR content, well, the tracks, being included was misinformation by What Culture Gaming? It actually turned out to be true. I mean, the people from What Culture Gaming thought they were misinformed themselves. They did pin a comment. But in the end, it turned out to be true. The fact sheet also reconfirms that all original 13 CNK tracks are in the game, as well as the battle modes, arenas, and karts. Technically, it's not worded like, hey, all arenas, all battle modes will be included, but we've seen them. Live streams a few weeks ago and all that. Everything's in there. This other shot we get, we can unlock all these at the pit stop, which you can find in the main menu of Nitro-Fueled. I believe we have the Crikey here. Crash's third kart from CTTR. Without a tire in the front, they put the tire in the back now. Engine's third kart, the Doom Buggy. Cortex's first Imperium kart. Pasadena's second kart from the PSP version. Crash's first PSP kart, the Detonator, being Cortex's second kart. That one I had trouble with. The yellow one? It seems to be the kart, well, the test kart, which the beta version of CTTR had. It wasn't in the final version. And let's not forget the Trikey. Here it looks way different, tell yourselves it's been customized. And Trent himself, his skin and Dingodile skin, they're also unlockable via pit stop, as well as stickers, paint, wheels, and a Coco Princess skin from CTTR. Each Grand Prix will come with its own new track. So far we have tracks inspired from Crash 3 Warped levels, Medieval and Egyptian. Here's a nice summarized shot from Beanox. So far we know about 3 upcoming Grand Prix, Twilight Tour being the first one with a few details on the challenges, the items we unlock, and characters. More will come if you look at the bottom. Yep, Trophy Girls are now playable. They are absent from when you get the trophies, so people were wondering what happened to the Trophy Girls. And going to the credits of the original, not only Amy wanted to become a racer apparently, but the whole team now. The Nitro Squad, I love that. Here's a screenshot with awesome looking renders of the girls. They all appear to have a racer skin. It's unknown how we get them all except for Tawna, of course. The Nitro XP gauge we see in this Grand Prix video seems to be for the first Grand Prix, if I'm not mistaken, because there's Tawna in there, and looking at the first one, there is Tawna. But there's no sign of the Trophy Girls in this Nitro gauge, if this being the first Grand Prix. Now all these girls have different accents. Fun fact, Megumi was named after Megumi Hosoya, product and marketing manager at Naughty Dog, back in the day. In fact, all Trophy Girls' names are inspired from actual people who worked at Naughty Dog. Now let's go back to this Nitro Squad group photo. Megumi being on the far right, Isabella on the far left, Amy left to Tawna, Liz right to Tawna. There's a channel called Cavallino Gaming. The person shared a few clips of some of the Trophy Girls. We can hear their accents. Not all of them, but a few. Isabella to me sounds Italian, maybe Spanish? Maybe some might think Russian? But I'm ultimately sticking to Italian. She does use the terms beep beep chow at 6:18 of the video, which, you know, leans more towards Italian, I guess.
Watch the veins! Beep beep chow!
As for Liz, she's definitely British.
Catch me at the winner's circle!
As for the others, well, we only got Tawna, who sounds American, but her voice, I don't think it's voiced by Debbie Derryberry. She did voice Tawna in Insane Trilogy, but the thing with that one, we barely heard her speak in Insane Trilogy. I mean, in the original, she said absolutely nothing, so it could be Debbie Derryberry at the end of the day.
Little something for you!
Also, all of these girls have little cute personalities, which I adore, at the selection screen, along with their stats. This is a video by COG Connected. Here's a couple of Trophy Girls screenshots from the press center, by the way. We got Prehistoric Playground confirmed from the website. We're yet to see gameplay. I take it we'll see it when we get the game ourselves. Twilight Tour again, Twilight Tour again, with Tawna. Now the funny thing is, we got her 2 X's in the background, and what I mean by this is she did move on to Pinstripe in the manga, although not canon. Maybe they're making a reference to that, you know, to make it a little funny. I like it. Since we're talking about Twilight Tour, I mean, we did get full gameplay for it. A track inspired by, I think I said it already, medieval and Egyptian levels from Warped. I absolutely love this track. The night and daylight cycle, well, not cycle, it's split, being mixed together, I mean, it's fantastic. I am going to love this track so much. That's all I'm gonna say. That dog Crash statue was brilliant. The music does have some Egypt theme to it if you listen to it. As for Nash's voice in this one, it doesn't sound like the original one, who was Billy West from C&K.
No time for this! Fish out of water!
Come on, show me what you got! Yes!
There's a shortcut right at the beginning. It looks pretty easy. I have nothing else to say. The track looks fantastic. Next, it appears Le Show kart is one in the first Grand Prix, and Probulate 2000 in the second one. These are small details I think I forgot to mention in the beginning, so I thought of pointing him out now. And about Twilight Tour, I remember seeing a fan edit somewhere being like, hey, I would love to see an Egyptian-style track for Nitro-Fueled. I tried looking it up, but I couldn't find it. Maybe Beanox saw it and got inspired? I don't know. We got Prehistoric Playground with Baby T, Baby Crash and Coco as unlockable characters as well? I'll make a theory video on that. Let's go. I'm kidding. But really, this is Crash we're talking about. I mean, Baby Crash, Baby Coco. Crash logic? Right, let's go with that. And yes, the most obvious color on the screen. Purple. Our little dragon Spyro. I'm not even surprised to the slightest. Remember me saying I won't be surprised when Spyro gets announced? I wasn't lying. I'm not surprised. We don't have details on that one, however, but Spyro Grand Prix could feature more characters, which could mean Elora and Hunter. Maybe Ripto in the future, we don't know.
Oh yeah, Spyro. Yeah, Spyro. There it is.
Spyro is coming back, and right now we have the name of it, which is Spyro and Friends, but we'll have more to review.
Even Spyro theme racetrack, yep, that was confirmed by Stéphane Gravel, executive producer, during Game Reactor interview. Also, a new kart inspired by the universe of Spyro, confirmed by Gravel as well. Now, this whole Spyro universe themed kart and track reminds me of the Spyro finish lines we saw. I think someone was pitching their ideas, their work to Beanox to find a job there, something like that. They got refused apparently, but this whole finish line thing has a meaning now. Talking about Spyro, by the way, recently it was announced that Switch and PC will be receiving the Reignited trilogy. You can all rest easy now. Okay, maybe not. Nintendo Switch version still requires downloading. It says it on the box. Oof, I'm getting flashbacks. Now, the difference between the Switch and current consoles, at least, there's more contrast, I find, looking at some screenshots especially. Now, talking about the Nintendo Switch, Electron Skin's trailer got released for ya. Differences between the two, the camera angles and the locations. In the beginning, the camera focuses on Cortex instead of Crash. The podium characters have been switched around. Yeah, that's not really irrelevant, but it's something I wanted to mention. So Vivi, how much is this Grand Prix thing? Is it DLC? Is it free? How much does it cost? What is it? It's free, guys. In a way, we can say this is DLC. Whoever owns the game, regardless of the system or version, you get these Grand Prix for free. No cost. These are all post-launch content. All the new tracks from these Grand Prix get unlocked at the start of the season, and will be available to play locally and online afterwards. The first Grand Prix with Tawna and all of that begins on July 3rd, 2019, very soon. As for how long it lasts, it's currently unknown. Yes, these post-launch seasonal events have limited time, but we don't know how long they last. Nothing's been confirmed yet. Nitro-Fueled will feature a new CTR TV section, where all of these promotional videos for these Grand Prix will be posted, with of course Chickens too, as the hosts. Always, they will always describe these new upcoming Grand Prix. And with Grand Prix in the way, we got leaderboards. According to Thomas Wilson, creative director at Beanox, challenges will vary between top speed, power sliding, reverse, and others. We don't exactly know what those mean, but to me it sounds like it's gonna test your skills for sure. Also, Grand Prix challenges will reward you with Wumpa coins, which you can use at the pit stop. You can earn characters, carts, and everything. Well, by everything, I mean, you know, customization items. During these Grand Prix, Beanox will introduce even more characters and cool items to the pit stop. So unlock Wumpa coins by playing these seasonal content, get Wumpa coins, and use them. Spend it at the pit stop. Oh, and about the Trophy Girls, yes, we have detail on how to unlock them. Pit stop. While you play the Grand Prix, they will get unlocked at the pit stop, where you're gonna spend Wumpa coins to unlock these 4 girls. Tawna, you need XP points. Her case is different. Now that I think about it, the characters you see on the gauge, you unlock them with XP. Well, yes, that's pretty obvious, but the ones you see on the banners. Like Tawna, she's the main character, you need XP to unlock her. The second one, Baby T, he's the main character, you need XP to unlock him. I mean, Stéphane Gravel himself said, Baby T is the main character in the second one. I guess the same applies for Tawna and Spyro, obviously, for the third Grand Prix, which is still unknown in terms of details. Thomas Wilson goes on to mention that Nitro-Fueled will also feature international-themed items. You're from Italy? You get an Italy item to represent your nationality. Don't forget, Wumpa coins can be earned also in Adventure mode and other modes, which we are still unaware of. So keep an eye out for the pit stop, okay, folks? So Vivi, what if I miss the Grand Prix? Will I not be able to unlock, say, Twilight Tour or Tawna? Am I gonna miss these perks prizes? Don't worry. If you miss the Grand Prix, everything will be found at the pit stop eventually. A tweet by Mathieu Brouillette, lead technical environment, artist at Beanox. Don't quote me, but tracks are free. Character carts and all other unlockables will be challenges within the Grand Prix. Grand Prix, a bit of French surfacing, then moved to pit stop. Yes, but instead of season challenges unlock, you'll buy them with in-game currency, aka the Wumpa coins. A Twitch livestream happened at 1 hour and 46 minutes mark. Andrew Petrie, from Activision, confirms also that items and unlockables from Grand Prix later end up at the pit stop.
These are timed events. However, any of the content that you happen to miss out on, you will be able to earn later because it's going to get recycled back into the pit stop.
Oh, fantastic. And yeah, the pit stop is the in-game shop essentially where you earn currency through playing just the races or the adventure mode, both?
Doing pretty much anything in the game.
Oh, okay, great.
He also replies to someone during an interview about the possibility of platform collaborations of characters, like characters from other franchises. He said they thought about it, he didn't deny it. He just said we couldn't talk about these things now. You know the typical reply when they can't say anything. And yes, with time, we will get Grand Prix in the future. It's exciting, I really love what they're doing. There's a Facebook livestream, E3 Day Part 2, which also confirms that Crash Tag Team Racing tracks will make it in via Grand Prix in the future. We haven't seen them yet, so they're all part of Grand Prix.
All of the Crash Nitro Kart content, including the tracks and the characters, and then starting with the Grand Prix, we're going to be injecting Crash Tag Team Racing content in the game.
So how does the tag team racing work? Like, what's the pure mechanics for that? For those that are unfamiliar.
The pure mechanic, well, we actually didn't bring over the mechanics of Crash Tag Team Racing into this.
Well, then, so the new mechanics.
No new mechanics. It's just bringing the characters and the tracks and the content and pulling it into the game.
Stéphane Gravel also went on to confirm that battle modes will have online functionality. In fact, the press release fact sheet explains it. Adventure, Single Race, Cup Race, Time Trial, and Battle modes are back. Now all multiplayer modes can also be played with friends both online and offline. There will also be a matchmaking system for y'all, for online players. I love that. I was wondering about that a while ago. Because a lot of people are going to become veterans, you know, using shortcuts, power sliding to the max. If someone who's new to the series encounters those players, it won't be fair, right? So I love this matchmaking system, and I'm glad that they considered it. Now since we're talking about online, there will not be microtransactions. So don't expect Wumpa coins to be purchasable. It's all in-game obtainable currency. Awesome. So I think that's pretty much it when it comes to Grand Prix, online content, and everything. So now let's move on to something else. The launch trailer. Yes, we get 2 new tracks, I'll get to it slowly. Android Alley looks gorgeous. I'm getting a lot of Ratchet & Clank vibes. I don't know about you, but yes. I've played a lot of Ratchet & Clank, and to me that looks Ratchet & Clankish. Tiny Arena is eye candy. Full of ads, banners of other tracks. Tiny statue looks menacing, I love it. We got full gameplay of Tiny Arena, by the way. Let's quickly have a look at it. First, let's compare the music, original and new one. I love the tiny hologram with electric guitar and the CTR logo. Now we saw Isabella on this track before, right? Here she is again. We can hear what seems to sound like Velo's mask music on Nash. I know it's weird, he has an Uka Uka mask, but it sounds like it. Let me compare the original music and the one you hear. Tell me I'm not the only one. So if this is true, to me it looks to be, they're considering Velo's mask. They're yet to show it, or it's a surprise we're gonna discover once we play the games ourselves. Maybe they listen to fan feedback? I mean, who knows, yes, possibility. Also, the AI of what appears to be bots, computers, they utilize all weapons, they're not kidding. I mean, you could get the clock and the warp orb on you by these computers. If you're wondering why there's 2 Tawnas here, this is online mode, okay? So that's one thing I like about customizing characters. If you pick the same character, you can change up the cart, the skins, and all. To differentiate, I like that. Crash Cove, added fish in the water. It looks beautiful. I've talked about Crash Cove a lot, so let's just move on to this one. Slide Coliseum, is it? We have Crash, Coco, and Cortex on the big screens. I wonder if that changes depending of who's first, second, or third. That'd be very nice. Zam's skin is very Thanos-y. Okay, I'm just saying that because he's purple. Ladybug's skin for Oxide. Polar has an orange skin, how adorable. There's more of Hyper Spaceway. The view is gorgeous. The galaxy looks so much better than the original. The original was more plain, in my opinion. Crash is in his pilot skin, still no sign of Biker Crash. His skunk skin is the most adorable thing ever. Dragon Mines. We got shot of skins for Pura, Real Velo, Crunch, Crunk and Pinstripe. There's the dragon from Wrath of Cortex, a level called Wizards and Lizards. And here's a glimpse of the Gem Cup room in adventure mode. Remember, Gem Cup bosses from the original now are unlocked simply by beating them in their races. As for the new rewards we get in these Gem Cups, we don't know what it is, but it's gonna be new. Crystal Grab Battle Mode from CNK in Nitro Court from CTR. Notice the same dragon from Wizards and Lizards. Blizzard Bluff from CTR. We got a new section, a new angle. It looks fantastic. This one I'm not too sure, because in the trailer they say race with friends, and yet they show a battle arena. Rocky Road? I mean, the theme is similar to Dingo Canyon. I mean, that was the approach of the original. So I'm sticking to Rocky Road. If I'm mistaken, please say so in the comments. Hot Air Skyway looks beautiful as well. Notice the Crash Joker sign on the right. Even Coco is harder to see, but we did get actual full gameplay for Hot Air Skyway, so let's talk about the music. Well, just compare it. I mean, the music sounds great in Nitro-Fueled. If we quickly take a look at it, we have Putaroos hanging on the CTR logo. Brilliant. This place turned into a floating casino. Each track, according to Beanox, has its own story, and I love it. It was intended right from the beginning. The short fences from the original look much higher now. Remember this shortcut where you would jump over it, which was obviously unintended? That's no longer gonna work. There's some more Putaroos on the side of the track on a separate platform. Now this one, perhaps it's a Frozen Frenzy from CNK? Going back to live streams, the lava-filled tubes. It's the only level I could compare it to. Am I wrong here? Hyper Spaceway, there's Velo's hologram again, although blurry, but it's him of course. Thunderstruck from CNK, full gameplay of this track as well. Let's compare the music first. Hearing Tawna speak after so many years of not hearing her is splendid. And again, I don't know if it's Debbie Derryberry, but it could be. The track looks much darker than the original, and it is much fuller, of course, especially at the starting line. They gave the ground a nice wooden structure, basically all wood. No more anti-gravity section, remember. Right at the beginning, we can also hear Cortex's robotic voice from his robo skin, which we saw in the customization trailer. It's still unknown how we unlock it, but I take it it's via either the pit stop or Grand Prix. Hyper Spaceway again? With the lasers we can tell. Coco in her star skin, it's exclusive to the Oxide edition, remember. Jungle Boogie, I believe, yes? Which also got full gameplay, so let's jump straight into that. First things first, the music, let's not forget.
At the winner's circle. Hold on! Go!
Also, there's a sound you hear in the beginning. Someone like yelling, high-pitched sound. It sounds like Chili Pepper from Skylanders. And I'm surprised they would make a reference to Skylanders. Remember, Crash was in there at one point. As for the aesthetic, the level overall, they went with a neon green, like a lot. The side walls, the small pyramids. Here's a perfect example of how AI, by the way, ain't fooling around. The shortcut seems easier to reach, by the way, compared to Nitro Kart. In the original, it looked higher to me, like harder to reach. Mystery Caves gameplay from IGN. Let's compare the music first, of course.
My exhaust taste.
Beanox outdid themselves, yet again. The turtles actually look like turtles now. Not to mention the beautiful waterfall and green lighting they added to this section. Now the word Mystery Caves does make sense. There's a lot of mystery going on. The lighting, the caves, the pointy rocks, very nice. And one particular thing about this track, the player is using crunch, and we can hear his voice so we can compare it. To me, it doesn't sound like Kevin Michael Richardson or Chris Williams from CTTR, but maybe some might say, hey, it's Kevin Michael Richardson without the Mr. T impression. Let's compare. Oh, and before I do so, you can also hear a bit of Trans's voice, and Trent's.
This is the creature who keeps sabotaging your master plan? Ha! You gotta be kidding. I'll exterminate this field rat in no time. Hey, how's my exhaust taste? Make way!
Deep Sea Driving, also by IGN. The music, of course, let's not forget. We can also hear Zem's voice. I don't think it's the same as the original, though. Here's a comparison.
Boost delicious. Tasty. I'm so close. You can taste it.
There's much more color variety given to the track. The anti-gravity section appears to be this area with the tentacle, comparing it to the original. The underwater tunnel also looks darker in comparison. Next, since we're talking about IGN, there's another one with Thomas Wilson, a short interview with a short gameplay of Cortex Castle. Nothing much new when it comes to this video, so I thought of mentioning it. The Crash account on Twitter did show off Crunch's Robo skin. Stefan Gravel calls these skins with unique animations legendary skins. I never thought they would be considered legendary. Next, let's have a look at Oxide Station split screen. Yes, originally there was no split screen for Oxide Station due to the memory limitations of the PS1. I won't be comparing the music because it's just too hard to hear over their voices, people playing the game. This track now has added windows, which you can see the galaxy space. It looks very cool. Two significant alterations to this track. The no gravity zone jump now has some ground, but the view is fantastic. Maybe they thought it'd be too similar to Hyper Spaceway, what do you think? Also, they removed the long jump from the original, where you could immediately land on the turbo pads in front. But despite those two things, Oxide Station looks lovely. Next bit of info, it might come off unsurprising. I mean, the trophy list got revealed for both Xbox and PS4. If you don't want to listen to what I'm about to say, just skip to the timestamp you see. From the looks of things, it's not spoilery, okay? But if you don't want to watch it, just skip. Over on PSN profiles, there's the list. It's all challenge related. Well, it's a mix. Of course, there's some story progression in there, adventure mode, and challenges. There are no secret characters or anything hidden within the trophies. There's a tough one. Win a boss challenge without getting hit. Well, unless you don't decide to race against Oxide. Win a race without power-ups. That one's interesting. A lot of them want to test your skills. It's not all story progression. There's even one for using a shortcut, although intended. My favorite trophy achievement. Unstoppable. Sustain your boost for a whole lap? What? Is this Ultra Sacred Fire related? And what do I mean by this word? Just go watch this video. It's basically you maintaining your boost for a very long time. A boost which technically goes over the maximum speed you can achieve, and maintaining that for a while. Just watching this footage from a demo, it is doable. Yes, it is an older build, but looking at the trophy, there is some boost-related skill in there, okay? So, let's go. Now, if you follow the main account on Twitter, they shared some teasers and then actual old-style commercials. I love it. This was between the times June 7th and 10th. Tiny Temple PS4 theme is now available on the PS Store for North America from the looks of it for now, if you pre-order the game digitally. Artwork for Oxide Edition and regular have been updated with blue and green stripes. And finally, something fans wanted to see, despite the obviousness, it's Penta Penguin. He's in the game, folks. I ain't surprised about that one, even to the slightest. This was during an E3 live stream. Once you unlock him, he says his famous line, Penguin Yay 1. Thank you, Beanox. Now, it is a different voice, but it's a nice throwback. You do need a cheat code again to unlock Penta Penguin from the looks of it, because the player is waiting at the screen and you get the words Penta Yay 1, but honestly it's a bit hard to hear the word yay. I hear the word 1, Penta a 1 instead, something like that. Or my ears clogged or something, I don't know. Oh yes, about the voice, he has a real voice now, by the way.
I get the controller working?
Yeah, it's good to go.
Okay, here we go, let's do it.
So now we're gonna...
Penta's stats have been balanced. In the Japanese version in PAL, he was maxed out. As for the North American version, it was the same as Polar, Pura, and Ripperoo originally. But the thing that's weird about this livestream, Andrew Petrie from Activision said his stats are similar to Pura and Polar, but doesn't look like it? What does he mean by that? But anyways, this is it, guys. It's been quite a long video, I know. If you sat through the whole thing, thank you so much. And as I said in the beginning, this is basically the final analysis. We've made it! The game's coming out soon and I can't wait to play it. And after this one, when it comes to Crash Nitro-Fueled, I think my review will be the next video. We'll see how it goes. So with that being said, folks, if I did forget anything interesting, please say so in the comment section below. And as usual, do your stuff, comments, questions, your cookie recipe, your muffin recipe, put whatever you want. Leave everything in the comment section below. And as always, I've been Vivi. Thank you so much for the support. It's been awesome. Until next time.